Yevgenia, how's the next generation redefining what wealth means, and how's this influencing the advice that you give?
If we focus from a great wealth transfer and succession perspective, we're referring to people between the 40s and 50s, mid-50s. So these are mature and financially literate age groups. If we're focusing on a sociological and more traditional context of next generation, we're talking about younger people in their 20s and 30s. As you can imagine, these two distinct age groups have completely different perceptions of wealth and financial matters. And it's very important to keep this distinction in mind when we're advising them and when engaged with them. Because for the first group, we need to focus on sophistication in our advice. On the second group, apart with sophistication and technology and digitalization, there's an element related to our responsibility to support their financial literacy and education.
To what extent do you believe, attitudes towards money are shaped by early family narratives? How can we, encourage open, healthy dialogue?
When it comes to succession, many families are struggling. One of the reasons families are struggling is actually the lack of communication early on and the lack of clear themes of communication on wealth and on financial matters. So back to your point, the earlier the better, but it's a long journey, it's a process. The more the family engages in that, the more time they invest and the more process they build around it in family governance context, the better outcome for them.
In your opinion, how is the role of a wealth planner evolving, from being a financial architect to sometimes a family mediator? When
discussing about wealth structuring and wealth planning needs over the clients, there's usually a more technical part, a more legal tax, structure-related part, but there's also a lot of soft elements, the hardware and the software, we like to call it sometimes. So over the years, change this balance from a more focus on the hardware to a more balanced approach between hard and soft skills, and yes, so we end up in becoming actually family mediators in some of the instances, and this is also where we see quite a lot of impact.